Hi guys, don't know why this had to go into a part 3. I'm sorry. Northern Gemini, I'm going to up my technological knowledge. I will, I shall, I promise. Okay, so we're in the middle of the tarot reading and we've got the Ace of Air, making a decision that's beneficial and supported. Father of Earth or King of Pentacles upright, embracing and owning our full potential and value. The center of the reading is the Three of Wands, integrity. Integrity. Oh, that's what I was speaking about when the video cut off. In order to get to the highest level of consciousness, of being present in the moment and being able to help others on this light path, the entrance has to come from integrity. We have to be in line from the pure state of our heart, from our childlike heart, removing all conditioning, all false beliefs, and uncovering that blissful innocence and acting and coming from a place of integrity. Okay, and then we got the Father of Fire reverse, so that's the King of Wands reverse. So you know, he's wanting to bring passion and drive and desire, and it's got to be found inwardly first. I was saying that, you know, just connect to your why. Why are we doing this? You know, why are you doing this personally for yourself? What have you gone through? What did Scorpio take you through and transform you in to where you are now on this path? There's a pain, a death, and a rebirth for light workers, for anyone who's awakened. We are changing so many things of this old dying world, and connect to your why. The end of the reading, we have, for this week, we have a reversed 10 of Wands, which is oppression. Okay, so I will say I do not like the order of these cards. All right, so we start the week with making a decision that's beneficial. We've learned our value. We go into a positive, beautiful space of integrity. And then it seems the challenges for the week, right, is that we need to connect very deeply to that passion, that drive, that inspiration, and that creative sun energy that the King of Fire holds. Okay, without that passion and that, let's think of Leo, even though that would be the sun card. Leo is the fixed flame. Okay, it does not go out, it sustains, right? And so the King of Fire, we can think of in that way as well. And it doesn't go out. So if you feel your fire's gone out, you got to find that and muster that up inwardly. I'm going to put a link in the description of a really cool song that I would love to inspire you with about connecting to your why. And then, you know, this can very much be our why. No more oppression, guys. I mean, from the racial stuff to the sex stuff to mask now. Like, as much as I want to stay in the 5D, like there's a 3D world out there that my children are a part of, that your children or your siblings' children or whomever, your neighbors, we are subject to. And we've had enough oppression. Cops, nurses, doctors, this is all of our world, and you need to rise in your integrity as well and really think about, go inward and think about, why are you doing what you choose to do each day? And is there something, 10 of Fire, so 10 of Wands, you know, the positive of this 10 of Wands oppression card, traditionally it's the end of suffering. It comes to an end. So I do like that. I would like to go ahead and verify the oppression card. Why Spirit is the Ten of Wands present at the end of the reading. It's like inwardly, whatever we're battling with, that may get in the way of this beautiful flow of making a decision, finding our value, connecting to our integrity. We have to find that. We have to release anything that oppresses us, that pulls us down, that takes us from our power, and we have to remember our passion and drive, is how I feel that's going. Spirit, are there any other cards you would like to give us for this reading? Okay. We got 2. So we've got the 4 of water, the 4 of cups, and 4 of water, which in this deck, it's abundance. Okay. Interesting. So maybe I shouldn't always compare this deck to the traditional tarot, because the traditional one is like 4 of Cups is the heartbreak, I believe, right? 4? But this one is abundance, so that's beautiful. And then we've got the 3 of air, doubt. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, don't doubt your abundance, you know. And, you know, I aligned them up like this. Here, let me just show you guys if I can hold the camera correctly. Wow. You know, we've got the Ace of Air, Father of Earth, Integrity, the 3 of Fire. And then for the reversed Father of Fire, we've got the 4 of Water, Abundance. Remember why you are abundant. And then for the oppression card, the 10 of Wands, the burden, it's the 3 of Air's, doubt. And, you know, doubt, trust me, take it from someone with a shit ton of Libra energy. Doubt is a terrible thing. It causes us to stay in our minds, to rethink everything our body knows and our intuition tells us. And we see so many sides if we stay in that energy of doubt. Actually, I just saw a quote that yesterday or recently about how doubt can be the killer of all dreams. It's not, you know, I forget the rest of it, but it was like doubt is what really kills dreams. And so let's not let the oppression that's out there bring in any doubt that's going to harbor us. Instead, we're going to remember, we're going to take that right there, the oppression that we see in the world and that we've experienced in our lives with these old systems, and we're going to make that a part of that inner fire, because that inner fire that fire has to come within before we see it mastered in the reality, right? And that is our abundance. What price can you put on someone who is willing to stand up for someone being bullied? That is priceless. That is the light in your soul that you cannot put a price on. That is the abundance of love and light. Is infinite. So it looks like it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful week. And there's always challenges. If there's not, we're not growing. And so remember to stay in integrity, to know your value, and you've already made the decision. Connect to your why, because that's where the abundance is. Don't get in the energy, don't buy into the energy of doubt due to oppression. Let's see, I don't have to do anything, but I want to find my notes on the astrology. Oh my gosh, I don't even have it over here. Will you take a walk with me? I do want to, well, I'll read that quote in a minute. Let's see. Oh yeah, I put it in this other book. Here we go. All right, so we're on Tuesday. The moon is in Aquarius, which is going to give us a real mental state of wanting to problem solve and figure things out. And it also really wants to be free. It is the sign that represents freedom. All air signs need freedom. Libra is more like a butterfly. Gemini, maybe Gemini's a butterfly. I don't know. I've never really thought of it. I thought I was going to flow with it. I don't know. I guess maybe Libra could be the bird sitting on the fence that flies away finally when she makes a decision. And Gemini would probably be the butterfly. And then, but Aquarius is Einstein, man. It's this energy of wanting to be, to be alone, to be independent, because it's figuring out real shit for the humanitarian, for the world, for the human race, for, as the water bearer, he wants to make sure that because an air sign is masculine, that everyone gets their water, that everyone, it's very sciencey, it's very logical, it's fixed air. So a big thing in this, and it's again my natal moon, so I know it well, is just, independence, freedom to be the rebel, the weirdo, whatever the fuck we want, basically. Because it is smart as shit, it's already gone over all the shit, and it knows. It very much likes patterns and things like that, hence I'm an astrologer, right? Victoria from Wake Tribe, she is amazing at human design. She also shares a moon in Aquarius. You can find her on Instagram at Align by Design. I recently got a reading from her and can't wait to do a post about that. Her knowledge is just amazing. Human design stems from Vedic astrology, the Eastern world, and it's actually only been available to us for, I think, like 5 years, I believe. And it is relative to Gene Keys, which is amazing knowledge. Align by Design on Instagram. Miss Victoria, hit her up. Tell her Aura sent you. Yeah. Or not, it's all good. So we've got the sun trines the moon today. And it crosses Saturn. We've got, and just a run through of all of the planets and where they're at. Okay, so moon in Aquarius, bringing on that humanitarian and independent freedom lover. Beautiful for these times. We literally need that shit every day. No, we really don't. That'd be too much. We've got Mars in Pisces. I talked about this last week. This is the warrior in the spiritual realm. We've got Venus in Gemini, and she's retrograde, right? Venus, I believe, likes it in Gemini, being that it's playful and fun. Last degrees of Mercury, Gemini. Okay, so Mercury is in Cancer. And Gemini also has the nodes of the moon, right? The north node. Mercury's in Cancer, so our mind and our communication and processing is very much taking on that mothering, nurturing, caring, protective energy that we find with the Cancerian vibe. We have Vesta there, which, the asteroids recently are really awesome. I put a handful in my readings, and it's really cool. As much as we're choosing ourselves in this self-love movement of world change, I'll call it in this moment, there's so many beautiful aspects to sacred love or divine connections and marriage and love and stuff like that. It's very beautiful. So Vesta is the asteroid that's the guardian of the sacred fire. And she's there with Mercury in Cancer, which is a very nurturing, again, mothering, loving energy. It is definitely a healing energy. Most people that are Reiki healers or are masseuse, they have like their Venus or Mars in Cancer. And it's very healing energy, and I find it so beautiful that Vesta's there as well, protecting the sacred fire of hearth, love, and family. Of course, we have our sun in Gemini, which our heart's expression wants to communicate. It's a very communicative sign, very intellectual, likes to travel. I encourage you to go into your heart and explore and travel the dimensions and other dimensions of meditation as much and as long as you can. Neptune is in the second decan of Pisces at 20 degrees, and it is in the range of being ruled by the moon, bringing in a moon aspect, which I find beautiful. So that's the goddess energy with the spiritual dream world, where we find energy of music and things like that. We've got Chiron, Pars, Fortune, and Lilith all in Aries. So Chiron is bringing up wounds for us to heal. Lilith is bringing up, ways that we want to maybe take revenge. And, that word alone is very harsh. But let's say we're taking revenge by taking our power back. Let's say we're taking revenge by being the warrior, as is Aries. And taking action for our health, for our community, for our children, for our own mind, for our own bodies, right? It's a self-love movement, right? And then Pars Fortune is there in Aries between these two, which I find really beautiful because that's where the fortune is. Now, she changes pretty quick, though. We've got Uranus and Taurus. And it's interesting in the chart for Tuesday, and I believe I did the chart at 11:11, and from the 5th house, so our passions and romance and the inspired heart, up to the 11th house, all of that area, so from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, is what's getting highlighted today on Tuesday. And this is like going from our passions to our daily lives, to our partnerships, to our intimate relationships, to anything that's unhidden that needs us to shine light on, to the higher mind of the guru, to our power and authority and how we're using it. Are we just wasting it away in a career that we're not passionate about? We don't have to do that. And then our groups and friends and what we're associating ourselves to and in alignment with our goals. Okay, so all that's happening on those parts of the chart. And then we have Juno. We have nothing from house 12, 1, and I believe Juno in Libra. So if we had, I think it's the second house on this chart that I pulled up. And she's like the only one on the eastern side of the chart, and representing the self. And Juno represents and rules goddess. She is the goddess of marriage and children, and she's in Libra. And we're taking all of this relationship stuff and making that different, like I was speaking about in the first video. And I just think it's so beautiful that little Juno's there, just an asteroid, but does so much. We've got Juno in positive aspects with Venus. She's trining Venus. We've got the moon trine Mercury. We've got the moon trine Juno. And then we've got the moon squaring Neptune. And Uranus is trining the vertex. So it's just really beautiful things in all of this. If you're paying attention to the real news, which is something like this, astrology is literally the real weather report. I think it's pretty apparent that, anything else is fear-based. So we're going from a fear-based world to a love-based world. Mm-hmm. And even redefining what love is. And it starts with self, so that we hold that light of our childlike heart that's been trying to be covered with all this conditioning bullshit. So by Wednesday, the asteroid Pars Fortune, which can bring a beautiful fortune our way if it aligns with anything in your chart. If you'd like a personal reading to look at this sort of thing, I do offer a free one, which I go over the sun, moon, and ascendant. However, for a transit reading and any of the other ones, just DM me and we can discuss, like, payments or trade or however you'd like to do it. Moon in Pisces will take place on Thursday. Until then, we're in Aquarius vibe. Friday, the moon conjuncts Mars, and so Friday, moon conjunct Mars, so that'll be a very passionate day. Be careful not to get too angry or too impatient. Just try to take action towards what you feel you want to do. That's the best way to do it. Take action to even go within and to trust your intuition. Let's see what else we got here. We've got Vesta conjunct the North Node, and Pars Fortune is on top of Venus. On top of Mars and Venus? Oh, no. Oh, okay. On Saturday, sorry, my scribble. On Saturday, Pars Fortune moves to Gemini, and it's on top of Venus there. So that can be a really beautiful, beneficial day for everyone, I feel. And just stay in tune, stop the stories in the mind. And then by Saturday, the moon will go into Aries, and we'll have the stellium in Gemini, which is the sun, the nodes, and what else did I say was there? It was one of the asteroids, right? Oh, I gotta pee. Let's see. Yeah, so the moon in Aries will pass Chiron on Saturday. So from Friday to Saturday, we'll be healing a wound. If things come up, fill them out, find out where they rooted from, and don't be scared to do this process. It is needed to clear, to allow more love and light and more of yourself in, okay? We get so scared to just actually feel, and a lot of that's programming, that we don't take the time to do it. And of course, we've got Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn really conjunct, and both retrograde, really expanding this breaking down and expanding of these structures and things we're building in life. And yeah. On Monday, the Pars Fortune moves to Cancer. I don't know why I decided and felt led to follow that one. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'd like to leave you with this quote. And please pass this torch of inspiration. And sorry it went into 3 videos. Inabilities to state truth become fear-based stories that appear. Stories create waste of energy. Become false beliefs, aka delusions. State your truth and let it go. Okay? I love you guys. Live your best life each moment. Have fun. And see you soon. Peace.